Good day to you. The first time you're watching, you're welcome to get another tutorial. So in this tutorial, we're making that baby dress. We have a sew fabric, we have the crepe fabric, then shock scissors and tape reel. So join me as dive into the sewing tutorial. Now to start with, I'm going to take my fabric. I use 1 yard of crepe fabric. I'm going to fold it into 4 because it's actually the front and the back are the same. So I'm going to fold into 4 like so. I'm trying to see where there are no stain because I'm noticing some stain on this fabric. Okay, so I'll go this way. For me to know what to fold, I will just multiply we are making this dress an A-line dress. So bust is 25. 25 divided by 4. I say 24, I mean 24 divided by 4, that is 6. So I'm going to add 2 inches ease allowance, making 8. Then because I'm going to make it an A-line, it's going to be a little bit A-line. I'm going to add 1 more inch or 2 inches at the bottom, making 10. So I'm going to be folding 10 in 4 places like this. So I have to measure and see if I have 10 here. So this is 10. It's okay for me. Now I'll go ahead from the upper part. I'm using a pink chalk so that we can all see it clearly. So our shoulder is 5 inches. This is where 5 is. So this is 5 inches. Then I'm going to come down by 1 inch. So the neck width is going to be 2 inches because she's still a very little girl. So I'll crop it. Make a slant from the 1 inch I came down to the neck depth, neck width I mean. Sorry. I'm trying to make sure that my shock is visible. Then I'm going to use whatever is for our shoulder for our armhole. So our armhole too will be 5 inches. Wait. So from here now, I'm going to measure our bust. Our bust is 6 inch. Then I'll add 2 inch sewing allowance to it. Then I'll make a armhole like so. Then I'll come down to our neck depth. Our neck depth for the back is going to be 1 inch, while the neck depth for the front is going to be 3 inches. So I'll make my curve for the backing. Then I'll make my curve. I'm not going to use 3 inches. Let me just use 2.5 so that the neck will not be too wide. 2.5. Good. Now I'll go down to our gown length. Our gown length is 24. I'm going to add half that I used to join at the up here. Then I'm going to add 1.5 for folding at the hem side. So the total gown length I'm going to use now is going to be 26. So at this 26, I'm going to measure. No, I have 8 inches here. I'm going to add 2 inches to it that I want to make that a line. So let me just make it 1.5 inches. That's 9 inches. So then I'll make a slope. I'll connect the two lines together from the so I'll connect it like so. Now this is what we have. Now I'm going to first cut out the back neckline. So here is our dress. Now before we go ahead, we are going to cut for facing for both the front and then the back. This part, the same way the front is folded, the remaining part is what I'm going to use to cut out my facing. So let me just cut this out. So we are going to cut the facing to the point that it will also surpass the armhole. So now we are going to separate from the front from the back. This is going to be the front, while this is going to be for the back. So for the front, I will not cut out the neckline properly. Take the facing. I'll take one of the facing. It's going to be for the front. So I finally used 3 inches for the neckline. Now this is going to be for the front. For the back, I'm not trimming anything extra again. I will just give it an opening so that it will be easy to pass through the head of the girl. So just place it like this and mark out 4 inches. When I mark out 4, this is where it's going to stop. So I'll shock it. Then I'll just open it up to that 4 inches there. For both the main dress and the facing. Okay, we are good to go. Now it's time for us to cut the two. For the two, I have 3 inches here, and I've folded it in such a way that it will be convenient for me to cut out. So I'm going to cut as many as possible, 4 inches, because that 4 inches I'm going to sew it at the middle to now reduce it back to 2 inches. So let me just cut this length to be equal. So from here now, I'll just mark out 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, depending on how full you want your gathers to be there. So I'll stop here for now. If I will be needing more, I'll come back and cut more for it. So we have this for the two. So let's get to the sewing aspect. For the sewing aspect, we are going to turn the neckline. I'm going to open this up like this and place my facing on it like this. Then I will sew like from the armhole like this. Then I'll sew the neckline also this way. I will sew this armhole part too this way. Then I will turn it, give it a good press and come back. With this one too, I'm going to open this up like this. Then place my facing. I'll cut out a little by hands that I'll use for the rope where the bottle will pass through. I'll cut that out. So I'll go ahead and fold this like this into 4. Then I will sew. After sewing, so when I'm yet ready to sew this, I will sew from the armhole like this. Then I'll also sew the other armhole this way. This place, when I'm sewing the neckline, I'll come this way. I would have put my loop, button loop. I would, after sewing it like this, I will just place it here before sewing this part. So I'll place it like this. So I'll sew from here this way down, come up here, and then come out. I will notch it, open it, then iron it, give it a good press, and come back to show us the next step. Right, guys, I'm done sewing the neckline to it. Then I'll give it a good press. Look at it this way. After giving it a good press, before I continue, I make sure that I interlock the edge of this part. So I gave it a good press, and I did the same thing for the back bodies too. So here's the button holder here that I've given a good press. And then now, before I join the front and the back together, there's something I need to say. Please, when you're measuring your shoulder, add 1 inch to it, because I forgot that I'll be sewing half here and half here, which is going to reduce the shoulder. So when you're doing yours, make sure you add 1 inch to it, so that you can, when you sew half, you still have your main shoulder. So now I'm going to take the front here, and then at this point I'm going to attach my sticker. Let me show you the sticker, how it came. I went, this is A4, this is actually A4 sticker. So yeah, hope you can see. Okay, this is actually A4 sticker here, and the essence I was given as Jara. The lady said she gave me as Jara, so I just went to give to those that do DTF, direct to fabric, and they made this for me. So I'll be looking at where, you know, the sticker is on one side of the dress, like it's not at the center, so it's at this side. And remember that I'll be sewing like 3 lines for the fabric, then I'm going to be folding half an inch. So I'll just measure 3 inches with 1.5, that's 4.5. The 1.5 for the folding of the down part. Then I'm making 3 lines. This is 1, 2, so this 1, 2, 3. I'm making 3 lines on this, so I have to bring this down a bit like this here. Then I'll also consider my seam allowance here too. my seam allowance is like I'm using 1 inch. You know, I added 2 inches, but I'll be using 1 inch for ease allowance. So I'll just place it here like this. Now it's okay. Then I'll just look for, let's see. So we have to allow it to cool before pulling it. As it is now, I will just allow it to cool small. But before then too, I can decide to iron from the reverse side so that it's just, so we allow it to cool a bit before pulling it. It's still hot. If it's not cool and you try pulling it, you will destroy it. So while it is cooling, let me quickly show us the next step. Now the next step now is to take this front like this and place the back on it. Then I'm going to put my hand here inside this place and then bring out the front there from here like this. So you see this way. So then I will arrange it like so. You see. So I'll go ahead and sew 1/2 inch here. I'll do the same thing for the other side too. Pull it out like this. Then arrange it properly. Then I'll sew 1/2 inch. After sewing 1/2 inch like that, I will now go ahead and pick this side like this. The side. If you see the side, I'll pick the side like this. Then I will sew 1 inch from here like this, 1 inch down to the hem. So when I do that for the right, I'll also do that for the left from here. I'll sew 1 inch to the hem. When I'm done sewing 1 inch to the hem, then I'll go ahead and hem this part. Now I use 1.5 as the hemming allowance, so I'm going to use 0.75, 0.75 and use it to hem it round. After hemming it round, then I'll come back to show us how to attach our two. So I think this is a bit cool, so now I can pull. You see, because of the first time I pull that part, that's what make it to come out like that. It's not supposed to. So you see the way I'm just pulling it. Good. Now I'll go ahead and reinforce this iron again. Yeah. So that part has stayed back. See. So we are good to go now. Let me go ahead and do all those sewing I mentioned earlier. Then alright guys, we are almost getting to the end of the tutorial. Look at this, is already giving 10 over 10. I've sewn the inside. Look at the inside this way. And I've interlocked it, so I gave it a good press like so. Look at, then after doing that, then I hem the lower part. So see, it's already giving 10 over 10. Now the next thing is for us to mark out the line where we'll be sewing our ruffles, our two ruffles. So I'm going to be marking exactly under this part. Is going to be the first line I'll be marking like so, so that it will cover it up. Don't worry about the shock, since the material is going to cover it up. So so then this is my tool. I'm going to start sewing gathers. I'm going to start the stitches from anywhere here. So I'll be gathering the stitches as I'm sewing it like this. I'll be gathering it. I'll be sewing at the center till I exhaust what I have. Then I'll pick the next one. I'll go around like that till I get to this end. Then I'll come back to show us the final look. So you can see the dress sitting pretty. I actually use these two. I have to cut. I cut 5 earlier. So because I use 4 for one line. So the total number that I used finally was 4 times 3. That's 12 lines. So I finally exhausted you 3 years of the 2, and look at it sitting pretty. I've attached the button to this, and I can love this lace. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial. If you're yet to like, subscribe, please do, and you can also ask any question you have in the comment section. I'll be there to answer you. So for now, I say bye. Thanks for watching.